YouTube creators are quitting AdSense and making more money than ever before. And when you look at how the platform works, it makes complete sense. YouTube made $60 billion last year. Over $40 billion of that was from ads, and they kept $18 billion of that from the ad revenue split. That might sound reasonable until you realize that out of the 115 million channels on the platform, only 4.3% are even allowed to earn money from the ads shown in their videos. That means over 110 million channels are uploading content, building YouTube's library, and generating the attention that advertisers pay for, and YouTube doesn't have to share a cent with any of them. Why does YouTube work like this? Because that's exactly how the platform was built to work, so they could become a multi-billion-dollar company. But after almost 20 years, it's finally starting to come apart. And it's not because YouTube is failing, it's because creators are figuring out what the rest of the business world figured out about Adobe a long time ago. When you build your income on a platform that can take it away whenever they want, you don't have a business, you have a lease. And the landlord just started raising the rent. To understand how we got here, we have to go back to 2007. That's when YouTube launched the Partner Program. Before that, YouTube was basically a free library that people filled up with videos for nothing in return. The Partner Program changed the deal. For the first time, creators could earn a share of the ad revenue their videos brought in. And on the surface, the deal looked fair. YouTube would take 45% and give creators 55%. But think about who's doing what in that arrangement. The creator comes up with the idea, writes the script, records the video, edits it, designs the thumbnail, writes the title, builds the audience, responds to comments, and keeps people coming back. YouTube runs the ads and hosts the file. And for that, they take 45 cents out of every dollar. The creator does 95% of the work and gets 55% of the money. YouTube does 5% of the work and pockets 45%. But here's the part that really stings. Before YouTube even lets you into that deal, you have to prove yourself first. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. For a lot of creators, that takes 6 months to a year to build. And the whole time you're grinding toward that threshold, YouTube is running ads on your videos and keeping 100% of the revenue. You're basically working for free while YouTube collects the check. And once you finally get in, you don't get to negotiate anything. The rates are set by advertisers and YouTube's algorithm. A finance video might earn $15 per 1,000 views. A gaming video might earn $2 for the same number of views. And those rates swing wildly month to month. Every January, CPMs crash as much as 40% because advertisers stop spending after the holidays. You can upload the exact same quality of content you uploaded in December and make half the money. Nothing changed except the date on the calendar. YouTube isn't the only company who's guilty of this. This is the same trap that Adobe pulled on the creative industry. Adobe used to sell you Photoshop as a product. You bought it once and it was yours forever. Then in 2013, they killed that model and switched to monthly subscriptions. Overnight, you stopped owning the tool your career was built on. You rented it, and if you stopped paying, you lost access to everything. YouTube used the same principle with its creators. You don't own your subscribers. They belong to YouTube's platform. You don't own your reach. The algorithm decides who sees your videos. You don't own your income. YouTube sets the rate and can change it whenever they want. And just like Adobe charges you a hidden fee if you try to cancel your subscription, YouTube can pull your monetization with one notification and leave you with nothing. Adobe's record revenue hit $23.8 billion, but their stock crashed 65% from its peak because the market finally realized the whole model was built on trapping customers. YouTube just crossed $60 billion and is running the same playbook on millions of creators who still think AdSense is a career. And right now, in 2026, the trap is getting tighter. In January, YouTube permanently deleted 16 channels in a single sweep. These weren't spam accounts or bot farms. They had a combined 4.7 billion lifetime views and 35 million subscribers between them. About $10 million a year in creator revenue, gone overnight. Screen Culture and KH Studio, 2 channels with over 2 million subscribers combined and more than 1 billion views, got terminated for producing AI-generated movie trailers. YouTube didn't just demonetize them, it deleted everything. The channels, the videos, the subscribers, all of it. And the label YouTube uses to justify this is deliberately vague. Back in July 2025, They renamed their old repetitious content policy to inauthentic content. That new name covers basically anything YouTube decides it doesn't like. Content that's templated, content that looks mass-produced, content where the human involvement isn't obvious enough for YouTube's detection systems to see it. The policy doesn't mention AI once. It doesn't need to. It's written broadly enough to catch whatever YouTube wants to catch. And the creators getting hit aren't all making lazy AI slop. There are channels that spent years building original content, channels with real audiences and real engagement, and they're waking up to find their monetization suspended because YouTube's AI decided they looked too similar to something automated. Since that first wave, thousands more channels have been caught. The 2D animation community got hit hard. Dinomania, a channel with over 1 million subscribers that had been making original dinosaur battle animations by hand since 2014, got demonetized. Blunt Brothers Productions and Slick, with 1.4 million and 920,000 subscribers, got the same treatment. Roblox creators who use the game as a stage for scripted stories got flagged. And the pattern keeps expanding, niche by niche, with no sign of slowing down. YouTube's CEO said at the start of 2026 that managing AI content is a top priority, and the platform is clearly willing to sacrifice real creators in the process of cleaning up the ones it considers fake. Some channels have appealed and gotten their monetization status back. Some haven't. But why should they have to go through all of this in the first place? And even for the channels that haven't been touched, AdSense is getting less reliable by the month. As AI-generated content floods the platform, advertisers are pulling back from creator content they can't fully vet. CPMs that used to be stable are now unpredictable. A channel that was earning $8 per 1,000 views 6 months ago might be earning $4 today, with no explanation and no way to fix it. The system that used to be the foundation of the creator economy is turning into the least reliable income stream you can build on. But while channels are getting demonetized and CPMs are dropping, and creators who put everything into AdSense are watching it crumble, there's a growing number of creators who don't care. Not because they're ignoring it, but because their money was never tied to AdSense in the first place. They looked at the deal YouTube was offering and decided it wasn't good enough, and they built something better. The creators who figured this out early put affiliate links in their descriptions from their very first upload. They mentioned a product in their video, dropped a trackable link, and every time a viewer bought through that link, they earned a commission directly from the company. The link worked whether the channel was monetized or not, whether they had 50 subscribers or 50,000. And the math is hard to argue with. A VPN affiliate program paying $50 per signup only needs 20 conversions a month to bring in $1,000. For AdSense to match that in a lot of niches, you'd need 200,000 to 500,000 views. One of those numbers is realistic for a small channel targeting the right audience. The other one is a lottery ticket. But affiliate marketing is just one way to make money without relying on YouTube AdSense. The creators who are really thinking ahead build digital products. This could be a checklist, a template, a guide, something they put together once and sold from their description on every video going forward. When you do it like this, there's no revenue split with YouTube. Someone buys your product, they get the download, and you get paid. The whole transaction happens outside of YouTube's system, and YouTube can't touch it. And then there's the one thing YouTube has no control over, an email list. Every viewer who downloads a free resource and gives you their email becomes someone you can reach directly, forever, no matter what happens on YouTube. If your channel gets demonetized, your email list is still there. If the algorithm stops recommending your videos, your email list is still there. If YouTube rewrites its policies next month and entire niches get wiped out overnight, your email list is still sitting in your inbox, waiting for you to hit send. It's the only asset in the entire YouTube game that doesn't live inside YouTube's walls. The irony of all of this is almost poetic. YouTube has paid out over $100 billion to creators from just 2021 to 2025. They've expanded monetization, added new features, and talked endlessly about supporting the creator economy. And at the same time, they've kept the same 45-55 revenue split since 2007, despite their own ad revenue growing from a few billion to over $40 billion a year. They're demonetizing creators faster than ever. they're enforcing policies that are vague on purpose. And they're running a system where 95.7% of channels don't even qualify to earn $1 from the ads that their content helps sell. The platform is getting richer, while the deal for creators stays the same or gets worse. Adobe did the exact same thing. Prices went up every year, the product got worse, they stuffed it with AI nobody wanted, and they charged you a fee for trying to leave. Their revenue hit record highs, while their customers started looking for the exit. The creators who are building income outside of AdSense right now are the YouTube equivalent of the designers who left Adobe for Figma and Canva. They saw the writing on the wall, and they moved before they got trapped. That's what the Online Business Club was built around. Dave Nick has scaled multiple faceless channels past 1 million subscribers each, and AdSense was never his main income on any of them. OBC lays out which niches to get into, which affiliate programs to promote, and how to build your content so every video earns money from day one without meeting YouTube's permission. When the next demonetization wave hits, the creators who already have affiliate revenue, digital products, and an email list won't feel it at all because their income was never built on a system that someone else controls. I've linked the Online Business Club in the description for you to check out. YouTube isn't going anywhere. The platform has never been bigger or more profitable, but Adobe's stock crashed 65% from its peak. Their customers didn't leave because Adobe failed. They left because they finally realized they never needed Adobe as much as Adobe needed them. The same thing is happening on YouTube right now. The only question is whether you're going to be the creator who figured that out early or the one who's still waiting for AdSense to save them when the next wave hits.